In the vast expanse of the natural world, there is no intrinsic measure of time as we know it. The natural world operates on rhythms and cycles, tides ebb and flow, seasons change, and biological processes follow their own patterns. These phenomena are inherently rhythmic and continuous, but do not adhere to the rigid, segmented structure of human timekeeping. The tides of the ocean, for instance, follow a predictable rhythm dictated by the gravitational forces of the moon and sun. This rhythm is observable and cyclical, yet it does not conform to the artificial boundaries of hours and minutes. Similarly, the cycles of life and growth in plants and animals are governed by natural rhythms, not by the mechanical ticking of a clock. Time, as we perceive it, is a tool for measuring motion and change. It provides a constant reference point with which we can compare various activities and events. The traditional unit of time, the hour, minute, and second, is an abstract concept used to organize our daily lives and activities. To grasp the idea of time as a measurement, consider how we use a clock. A clock is like a ruler for time, marking off intervals and providing a constant reference for measuring the duration of events. Just as a ruler measures distance, a clock measures the passage of time. This measurement is not a natural phenomenon, but a human invention designed to bring order and predictability to our experiences. The division of time into hours, minutes, and seconds is a social construct, a system created to facilitate communication, coordination, and productivity within societies. Just as we use language to convey ideas and concepts, we use time to structure our activities and interactions. The origins of this timekeeping system can be traced back to ancient civilizations that sought to bring order to their lives. The Egyptians, for example, divided the day into segments based on the movement of the sun. This system evolved over millennia, with various cultures refining and standardizing the measurement of time to suit their needs. In contemporary society, time is a pervasive force that influences nearly every aspect of our lives. From the scheduling of appointments to the deadlines we strive to meet, time governs our actions and interactions. We are constantly aware of the ticking clock, and our lives are often structured around this artificial construct. Our cultural emphasis on time can create a sense of urgency and pressure that affects our well-being. The concept of time as money reflects a societal value that prioritizes efficiency and productivity. This mindset can lead to a constant sense of being rushed and driven as we strive to meet deadlines and fulfill commitments. This pressure can manifest in various ways. For example, people often experience stress and anxiety related to upcoming events or deadlines. The anticipation of future tasks can overshadow the present moment, leading to a diminished ability to enjoy and appreciate our current experiences. The cultural focus on time also influences how we perceive success and achievement. We are encouraged to measure our progress and accomplishments within the framework of time, often comparing ourselves to others based on their timelines. This comparative mindset can contribute to feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction. The relentless pursuit of time can have a profound impact on our psychological well-being. The constant pressure to adhere to schedules and meet deadlines can lead to stress and burnout. We often find ourselves caught in a cycle of anticipation and worry, driven by the demands of time rather than our intrinsic needs and desires. The psychological impact of time is evident in various aspects of modern life. For example, the prevalence of time-related stresses, such as work deadlines and social commitments, can contribute to a heightened state of anxiety. The pressure to conform to societal expectations and adhere to rigid schedules can create a sense of imbalance and fragmentation. Our focus on time can create an illusion of control over our lives. By structuring our activities and experiences within the framework of time, we may feel a sense of mastery and organization. However, this control is ultimately an illusion, as time itself is a construct that we cannot truly control. The illusion of control can lead us to prioritize efficiency and productivity over more meaningful aspects of life. We may become preoccupied with the ticking clock and the demands of time, overlooking the deeper rhythms and experiences that constitute our existence. While time is a useful tool for organizing our lives, it has its limitations. It is an abstraction that simplifies the complex and dynamic nature of existence. The rigid structure of time can obscure the more fluid and interconnected aspects of reality. For example, the concept of time can create a sense of separation between past, present, and future. We may become overly focused on future goals and aspirations, neglecting the present moment and the experiences unfolding before us. This separation can lead to a fragmented sense of self and a diminished ability to fully engage with our surroundings. Understanding time as a social construct opens up the possibility of experiencing rest and stillness in a more profound way. When we recognize that time is a human invention, we can begin to approach rest not as a mere pause, but as a return to our essential nature. Resting beyond the constraints of time allows us to reconnect with the natural rhythms that govern our existence. It provides an opportunity to experience the continuity and wholeness that underlies our daily lives. In moments of rest, we can transcend the artificial boundaries of time and embrace a more profound sense of being. Rest is an essential aspect of our well-being, allowing us to recharge and rejuvenate. It is not merely a break from activity, but a fundamental component of our experience. By embracing rest fully, we align ourselves with the deeper rhythms of life and open ourselves to a more profound sense of fulfillment. In our busy lives, it is easy to overlook the importance of rest. We may view it as an interruption or a luxury rather than a necessity. However, understanding rest as a return to our natural rhythms helps us appreciate its intrinsic value and incorporate it into our daily lives. The nature of rhythms and how they relate to our experience of time. In understanding the rhythms that govern our lives, we begin to see how the concept of time as a rigid, segmented structure is in fact an illusion, a way of imposing order on a fluid, dynamic reality. In the natural world, rhythms are omnipresent. They are intrinsic to every aspect of existence, from the grand movements of celestial bodies to the minute processes within living organisms. Unlike the rigid and artificial constructs of time, natural rhythms are fluid, cyclical, and interconnected. Consider the rhythms of nature, the changing seasons, the cycles of the moon, the ebb and flow of tides. These rhythms are not segmented or measured in the way that human-made time is. Rather, they are continuous and interwoven. They represent the underlying patterns of change that occur in the world around us, patterns that are harmonious and integrated into the fabric of reality. The seasons exemplify this beautifully. They cycle through a predictable pattern, each season flowing seamlessly into the next. This cyclical nature of seasons is not governed by a fixed schedule, but by natural processes and environmental factors. The same principle applies to the rhythms of life, from the daily cycle of sleep and wakefulness to the growth and aging of living beings. In contrast to these natural rhythms, human-made time is segmented into discrete units: seconds, minutes, hours, days, months, and years. This segmentation is a construct designed to facilitate organization and coordination within societies. However, it imposes a rigid structure on what is essentially a fluid and continuous experience. The illusion of segmented time is akin to drawing arbitrary lines on a flowing river. By segmenting time into fixed units, we create a sense of separation and discontinuity where there is, in fact, a seamless continuum. This artificial segmentation can lead us to overlook the deeper, more interconnected rhythms that govern our existence. When we measure our lives according to these segmented units, we may find ourselves becoming preoccupied with the ticking clock and the demands of a schedule. This preoccupation can create a sense of urgency and stress as we strive to meet deadlines and fulfill commitments within the constraints of time. Understanding the nature of rhythms invites us to view time not as a rigid structure, but as a part of a larger dance, a dance that is characterized by continuity, flow, and interconnectedness. Rhythms in nature and life are like the movements in a dance, where each step flows naturally into the next, creating a harmonious and dynamic pattern. This perspective helps us to see time as one element within a broader context of rhythms. Rather than being driven by the relentless ticking of the clock, we can tune into the natural rhythms that guide our lives. This shift in perception allows us to experience a greater sense of harmony and balance. The concept of identity and how it relates to our perception of the future. Our identities are shaped by societal constructs and how the illusion of the future affects our lives. By understanding these dynamics, we can uncover deeper insights into our true nature and the nature of existence itself. Our identities are not innate or fixed, rather, they are constructed through a complex interplay of social, cultural, and psychological factors. From the moment we are born, we are introduced to a set of expectations, roles, and narratives that shape our sense of self. Our identities are molded by the influences of family, society, and personal experiences. In early childhood, we are given names, roles, and labels that define who we are and how we should behave. These labels become the foundation upon which we build our identities. We are told what is expected of us, what is considered normal or acceptable, and what roles we are to play in the social drama of life. As we grow older, these early influences continue to shape our identities. We adopt the roles assigned to us, align ourselves with societal expectations, and build our self-concept based on external validation and approval. Our sense of identity becomes intertwined with our achievements, relationships, and the roles we fulfill. The concept of a fixed identity is a powerful illusion. We often perceive ourselves as having a stable, unchanging essence and I that remains constant despite the fluctuations and changes in our lives. This perception of identity is closely linked to our understanding of time and the future. When we view ourselves through the lens of a fixed identity, we tend to cling to familiar roles and patterns. We become attached to the stories we tell about ourselves and the way we see ourselves in relation to others. This attachment to a fixed identity can create a sense of rigidity and limitation as we resist change and cling to the comfort of the known. However, the truth is that our identities are not fixed or static. They are dynamic and constantly evolving. We are not defined by a singular, unchanging essence, but by a series of experiences, roles, and relationships that shape and redefine us over time. The concept of the future is another powerful social construct that influences our perception of identity and existence. Just as time is a human-made measurement, the future is a concept created to help us organize and plan our lives. It represents a series of anticipated events and outcomes that we believe will unfold over time. In our modern world, the future is often seen as a destination, a place we are striving to reach. We set goals, make plans, and work towards a vision of what we want our future to be. This forward-focused mindset can be both motivating and limiting, as it directs our attention away from the present moment and towards an imagined future. The illusion of the future is rooted in our desire for control and certainty. By projecting ourselves into the future, we attempt to create a sense of security and predictability. We imagine the future as a place where our goals will be achieved, our problems will be resolved, and our lives will be fulfilled. Our focus on the future has a profound impact on our sense of identity. When we are preoccupied with future outcomes, we often define ourselves by what we aspire to be or achieve. Our identities become tied to our goals, ambitions, and expectations for the future. This future-oriented mindset can create a sense of dissatisfaction with the present moment. We may feel that we are not enough as we are, and that we need to become something different or achieve certain milestones to validate our worth. This constant striving for a future ideal can lead to a sense of inadequacy and perpetuate a cycle of longing and discontent. Moreover, the fixation on the future can prevent us from fully experiencing and appreciating the present moment. We become so absorbed in planning and anticipating what is to come that we overlook the richness and depth of our current experiences. This disconnection from the present can create a sense of alienation and detachment from our true selves. Recognizing the fluid and dynamic nature of identity and time allows us to see beyond the limitations of fixed concepts and constructs. When we let go of the illusion of a fixed identity and the rigidity of future-oriented thinking, we open ourselves to a more expansive and integrated experience of life. Embracing the dynamic nature of our identities means acknowledging that we are constantly evolving and transforming. We are not bound by a singular essence, but are shaped by the ongoing flow of experiences, relationships, and choices. This understanding invites us to be more flexible and adaptive, allowing ourselves to grow and change in response to the rhythms of life. Similarly, recognizing the fluidity of time invites us to experience the present moment more fully. By releasing the need to control and predict the future, we can immerse ourselves in the richness of the now. The present moment becomes a space of possibility and creativity, where we can engage with life more authentically and meaningfully. Rest plays a crucial role in reconnecting with the present moment and embracing the dynamic nature of identity and time. When we take time to rest and reflect, we create space for ourselves to disengage from the demands of future-oriented thinking and the constraints of fixed identity. During periods of rest, we can allow ourselves to experience a sense of spaciousness and freedom. We can step back from the constant drive to achieve and perform and simply be present with ourselves. This experience of rest provides an opportunity to reconnect with our true selves and the natural rhythms of life. Rest also allows us to process and integrate our experiences. It provides a space for reflection and contemplation, helping us to gain clarity and insight into our identities and our relationship with time. Through rest, we can develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. Cultivating presence and awareness is key to transcending the limitations of fixed identity and future-oriented thinking. By being present with ourselves and our experiences, we can develop a greater sense of connection and alignment with the natural flow of life. Practices such as mindfulness, meditation, and conscious reflection can help us to cultivate presence and awareness. These practices encourage us to focus on the present moment, observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, and develop a deeper sense of self-awareness. Through these practices, we can begin to unravel the layers of conditioned thinking and societal constructs that shape our identities. We can learn to see ourselves and our experiences more clearly and embrace the fluid and dynamic nature of our existence. Embracing the flow of life means letting go of rigid concepts and constructs and allowing ourselves to move with the natural rhythms and patterns of existence. It involves accepting the fluidity of identity and time and finding harmony within the ongoing dance of life. When we embrace the flow of life, we allow ourselves to be more fully present and engaged in each moment. We let go of the need to control and predict, and instead trust in the inherent wisdom and spontaneity of the natural world. This shift in perspective allows us to experience a deeper sense of connection and fulfillment. By embracing the flow of life, we also learn to appreciate the beauty and richness of our experiences. We become more attuned to the subtleties and nuances of each moment and develop a greater sense of gratitude and wonder. This perspective enriches our lives and enhances our sense of well-being. Deeper implications of our constructed identities and the illusion of the future. We will delve into the idea that life itself is akin to a grand game, and our understanding of self is a central aspect of this play. By transcending the limitations of these constructs, we can uncover a more profound and liberating perspective on existence. Consider life as a grand and intricate game, a theater of roles and scenarios where we play our parts with varying degrees of seriousness and attachment. From the moment we are born, we enter into this game, each of us assigned a role and given a script that shapes our experience. We are taught the rules, the norms, and the expectations of the game, and we navigate through life according to these guidelines. In this context, our identities are not fixed entities, but rather roles that we play within the game. We adopt personas, adopt goals, and align ourselves with societal expectations. The drama of life unfolds, and we become deeply invested in our roles, often mistaking them for our true selves. The metaphor of life as a game helps us to understand that the seriousness with which we approach our roles is a choice. Just as in any game, there are moments of intense focus and moments of relaxation. The key is to recognize that while the game may appear to be of utmost importance, it is ultimately a construct, a play of imagination and social interaction. Unchanging self is another illusion that profoundly influences our experience. We often believe in a solid and permanent essence, a core self that remains constant despite the fluctuations of life. This belief in a static self is closely tied to our perception of time and the future. The profound significance of being present, moving beyond the illusion of time, and fully immersing ourselves in the richness of the current moment. The art of presence involves an understanding of the nature of time as a social construct and cultivating an awareness that transcends the boundaries of the past and future. By embracing the present, we can experience life more deeply and authentically. To appreciate the art of presence, it's essential to grasp the nature of time itself. Time, as we experience it, is a human invention, a social construct rather than a physical reality. In the natural world, there is no inherent time. Instead, there are rhythms and cycles, such as the rise and fall of tides or the changing of seasons. These rhythms are real, but they are not the same as the abstract, linear concept of time that governs our daily lives. In essence, time as we know it is a tool for measuring motion and organizing events. It's like a ruler or a clock, used to quantify and compare different aspects of our experience. Yet, just as a ruler is not the object it measures, time is not the reality it attempts to describe. The social institution of time, with its deadlines and schedules, creates a framework within which we navigate our lives, but it is not the essence of existence. Our perception of time is often linear, moving from past to present to future. We view life as a sequence of moments, with each moment leading to the next. This linearity can create a sense of urgency and pressure as we become preoccupied with the future and burdened by the past. We chase after goals, make plans, and worry about outcomes, all while the present moment slips away. However, this linear perspective is an illusion. The future is not a fixed reality, it is a projection of our desires, fears, and expectations. The past, likewise, is a collection of memories and interpretations, not a tangible entity. The only true reality is the present moment, where life unfolds in its purest form. To experience the art of presence, we must cultivate a deep awareness of the present moment. This involves letting go of the preoccupation with past regrets and future anxieties and fully immersing ourselves in the here and now. Mindfulness and meditation are powerful tools for developing this awareness. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment with openness and acceptance. It involves observing our thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment, allowing us to experience life as it is without the filter of our preconceived notions and expectations. Mindfulness helps us to become more attuned to our inner and outer experiences, fostering a deeper connection with the present. Meditation is a practice that can enhance mindfulness by providing a structured approach to cultivating presence. Through meditation, we learn to focus our attention and quiet the mind, creating space for a more profound experience of the present moment. Meditation can help us to develop a sense of inner calm and clarity, enabling us to engage with life more fully. Embracing the art of presence can have a transformative impact on our daily lives. When we are fully present, we experience life with greater richness and depth. The mundane becomes meaningful, and the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Presence allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves and with others, enhancing our relationships and overall well-being. In our interactions with others, presence fosters genuine connection and empathy. When we are fully engaged in a conversation, we listen more attentively, respond more authentically, and create a space for meaningful dialogue. Presence enriches our relationships, allowing us to build stronger and more fulfilling connections with those around us. In our personal endeavors, presence enhances our focus and creativity. When we are fully immersed in an activity, whether it's work, art, or play, we tap into a flow state where time seems to dissolve and we are fully absorbed in the task at hand. This state of presence allows us to perform at our best and to experience a sense of joy and fulfillment in our pursuits. One of the challenges of embracing presence is letting go of the constraints imposed by our social construct of time. We are often driven by deadlines, schedules, and the pressure to achieve certain goals within a specified time frame. This emphasis on time can create stress and anxiety, detracting from our ability to be fully present. To overcome these constraints, we must shift our focus from the linear progression of time to the quality of our experience. Instead of measuring our lives by milestones and achievements, we can focus on the richness of each moment. This shift in perspective allows us to experience life more fully and to appreciate the beauty of the present. Letting go of time's constraints also involves recognizing that life is not a race but a journey. We are not defined by our accomplishments or our position on a timeline, but by our engagement with the present moment. By embracing the journey and letting go of the need for constant progress, we can experience a deeper sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. While time as a social construct is an illusion, the rhythms of life are very real. These rhythms, such as the cycles of nature and the patterns of our own biological processes, provide a natural framework for our experience. Embracing these rhythms can enhance our sense of presence and connection with the world around us. For example, aligning ourselves with the natural cycles of day and night, or the changing of seasons, can deepen our experience of presence. By attuning ourselves to these rhythms, we can find harmony and balance in our lives, enhancing our well-being and sense of connection. Understanding the interplay between rhythm and presence can help us to navigate the ups and downs of life with greater ease. When we are in tune with the natural rhythms, we can flow with the changes and transitions rather than resisting them. This alignment with rhythm allows us to experience life more fully and to find a sense of peace amidst the fluctuations. At its core, the art of presence is about embracing the infinite now, the ever-present moment, where life unfolds. The present moment is a gateway to a deeper understanding of our existence and a fuller experience of life. By focusing on the now, we connect with the essence of our being and the essence of life itself. The infinite now is not confined by the boundaries of time or space. It is a boundless field of potential where everything exists simultaneously. By immersing ourselves in the infinite now, we can tap into a sense of timelessness and unity with the world around us. Embracing the infinite now involves letting go of the need to control or predict and instead opening ourselves to the flow of life. It requires a willingness to be fully present with whatever arises without the constraints of past and future. This openness allows us to experience life in its purest form and to connect with the deeper dimensions of our existence. The art of presence brings with it a profound sense of joy and fulfillment. When we are fully present, we experience life with a sense of wonder and appreciation. The ordinary becomes extraordinary, and the simple moments become deeply meaningful. Presence allows us to savor the beauty of each moment and to find joy in the everyday experiences of life. It enhances our sense of connection and well-being, allowing us to live more fully and authentically. The concept of spontaneity and how it relates to living fully in the present moment. The idea of spontaneity is deeply connected to the notion of being free from the constraints of time and the rigid structures that often govern our lives. When we embrace spontaneity, we allow ourselves to experience life more fully, with a sense of freedom and authenticity. To live without a script means to step away from pre-planned routines and expectations, and instead engage with life as it unfolds. It involves letting go of the need to control every aspect of our existence and allowing ourselves to respond to the present moment with openness and flexibility. Spontaneity requires us to trust in the flow of life and to embrace the unknown with curiosity and excitement. Living without a script means approaching life with a sense of playfulness and adventure. It involves being open to new experiences and opportunities that arise spontaneously without being constrained by rigid plans or expectations. This approach to life allows us to connect more deeply with ourselves and with the world around us, fostering a sense of freedom and joy. Spontaneity offers a profound sense of freedom because it liberates us from the constraints of time and predictability. When we let go of the need to adhere to a predetermined script, we open ourselves up to the full range of possibilities that life has to offer. This freedom allows us to experience life with greater immediacy and authenticity. Time is an illusion, and how understanding this perspective can profoundly impact our experience of life. The illusion of time is a central theme in many philosophical and spiritual traditions, and recognizing it can lead to a deeper sense of presence, fulfillment, and liberation. Let us journey together into this profound understanding, uncovering how living in the eternal now can transform our perception of reality and our daily existence. Time, as we commonly understand it, is a social construct rather than a fundamental aspect of the natural world. It is a human invention designed to measure and organize our experiences. In the natural world, where stars, mountains, rivers, and living beings exist, there is no intrinsic concept of time. What we perceive as time is actually a sequence of events and rhythms, such as the cycles of day and night, the changing seasons, and the biological rhythms within us. In essence, time serves as a tool for humans to impose order and predictability on the flow of events. It allows us to coordinate activities, plan for the future, and reflect on the past. However, this abstraction of time can also lead to a sense of separation from the immediacy of our experiences and a preoccupation with a future that may never come. While time as a linear progression is a construct, the rhythms and cycles of nature offer a more authentic perspective on the flow of existence. The natural world operates through cycles of growth, decay, and renewal. The tides ebb and flow, the seasons change, and life itself is a series of cycles and patterns. Understanding these natural rhythms can help us reconnect with the present moment and appreciate the cyclical nature of our own lives. Rather than viewing time as a relentless march towards an uncertain future, we can embrace the rhythms of existence and align ourselves with the natural flow of life. This perspective invites us to live more harmoniously with the world around us and to find meaning in the cyclical patterns of our own experiences. The concept of the eternal now refers to the idea that the present moment is the only true reality. When we transcend the illusion of time, we come to realize that the past and future are merely constructs of the mind, while the present moment is the only realm where life truly unfolds. Embracing the eternal now involves fully immersing ourselves in the present experience and letting go of concerns about what has been or what will be. Living in the eternal now means shifting our focus from the future and the past to the immediate experience of the present moment. It involves being fully engaged with whatever we are doing, sensing or feeling right now. This state of presence allows us to experience life more vividly and to connect more deeply with ourselves and others. When we release our attachment to the illusion of time, we open ourselves to a profound sense of freedom. Without the constant pressure of deadlines, schedules, and future expectations, we can experience life with greater ease and spontaneity. This freedom from time allows us to live more authentically without being constrained by societal norms or self-imposed limitations. Living beyond the illusion of time also means freeing ourselves from the anxiety and stress that often accompany our preoccupation with the future. By anchoring ourselves in the present moment, we can alleviate the worries and uncertainties that arise from our fixation on what is yet to come. This shift in perspective enables us to approach life with a sense of calm and clarity, grounded in the immediate experience rather than the demands of a distant future. Mindfulness practices play a crucial role in helping us experience the eternal now. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment with openness and acceptance, without judgment or distraction. Through mindfulness, we cultivate a heightened awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations, allowing us to connect more deeply with the present experience. By incorporating mindfulness into our daily lives, we can develop a greater capacity to remain present and engaged in the moment. This practice helps us to notice the subtle nuances of our experiences and to appreciate the richness of life as it unfolds. Mindfulness also supports our ability to navigate challenges and stresses with greater ease as we remain anchored in the present rather than being overwhelmed by concerns about the future. Embracing the eternal now has transformative potential for our lives. When we fully engage with the present moment, we unlock new levels of awareness, creativity, and fulfillment. This heightened presence allows us to experience life with greater intensity and depth, leading to a more profound sense of connection and satisfaction. The transformative power of presence extends to our relationships, work, and personal growth. By being fully present with others, we can cultivate deeper connections and more meaningful interactions. In our work, presence enables us to approach tasks with greater focus and creativity, leading to more fulfilling and productive outcomes. On a personal level, living in the eternal now supports our journey of self-discovery and growth, allowing us to explore new aspects of ourselves and our potential. To fully embrace the eternal now and transcend the illusion of time, we can incorporate several practical steps into our daily lives. Mindfulness practice, regular mindfulness meditation helps us cultivate awareness of the present moment and develop a deeper connection with our experiences. By dedicating time each day to mindfulness practice, we can enhance our ability to remain present and engaged. Gratitude. Practicing gratitude for the present moment allows us to appreciate the richness of our experiences and fosters a sense of fulfillment. By focusing on what we are grateful for in the here and now, we shift our attention away from concerns about the future. Letting go of perfectionism, releasing the need for perfection, and accepting the present moment as it is allows us to experience life with greater ease and authenticity. By letting go of rigid expectations and embracing the flow of life, we can find greater joy and satisfaction in our experiences. Engaging fully immersing ourselves in whatever we are doing, whether it's a conversation, a task, or a moment of relaxation, enhances our connection with the present experience. By giving our full attention and presence to each moment, we enrich our experience and deepen our sense of fulfillment. Embracing spontaneity, allowing room for spontaneity and embracing the unexpected adds a sense of adventure and excitement to our lives. By remaining open to new experiences and opportunities, we cultivate a greater sense of freedom and joy. The ground of being refers to the fundamental, underlying reality that forms the basis of all experiences and existence. It is not a physical entity or a specific concept, but rather the inherent essence that permeates all aspects of life. This ground of being is the source from which everything arises and into which everything ultimately returns. It is the backdrop against which all phenomena occur, and it is intimately connected with our own sense of self and consciousness. In our everyday lives, we often become absorbed in the details and distractions of existence, losing sight of this fundamental ground. We focus on the specifics of our experiences, our successes, failures, relationships, and challenges without recognizing the deeper, underlying reality that connects us all. This distraction from the ground of being creates a sense of separation and fragmentation, leading us to feel disconnected from our true essence and from the world around us. To reconnect with the ground of being, we must recognize that existence operates on a continuum, a seamless flow of experience that extends beyond the boundaries of time and space. This continuum is not something that can be pinpointed or measured, but rather a dynamic, ever-present reality that we can tap into through heightened awareness. When we become absorbed in the minutiae of our daily lives, we often overlook the continuity that underlies our experiences. We may be so focused on specific events or goals that we forget to appreciate the broader, unifying essence that connects them all. By shifting our attention to this continuum, we can experience a greater sense of unity and coherence in our lives, recognizing that all phenomena are interrelated and interconnected. Meditation is a powerful tool for accessing the ground of being. Through regular meditation practice, we can quiet the mind and turn our attention inward, allowing us to experience the underlying essence of our consciousness. Meditation helps us to transcend the distractions and superficial concerns of daily life, bringing us closer to the core of our being. Contemplative practices involve deep reflection on the nature of existence and our place within it. By contemplating the nature of reality, the self, and our connection to the world, we can gain insights into the ground of being and develop a deeper understanding of our true nature.